What is going on, guys? SteelTwins coming back at you with another video, and for this one, we're going to be discussing potential free agents that the Steelers could potentially look to replace Stephon Tuitt after Tuitt has officially announced his retirement.
Right. Now, like we said in our video we made about Stephon Tuitt retiring, we do think that the Steelers are comfortable with their current defensive line core. And if you look at it now, you're looking at Cam Hayward, Tyson Alualu, Chris Wormley as the starters for now. And then backups are obviously Montrevius Adams. You have DeMarvin Leal, and, of course, Isaiah Loudermilk. So it's a pretty good core, if you ask me. They're all versatile. They're all pretty good players, and I think could very well hold down the fort at D-line for the time being.
For sure, but that still doesn't take out the possibility of the Steelers at least bringing in a few free agents.
Right, and honestly, I think they should because it would go a long way because there is still some uncertainty with the defensive line. Chris Wormley, shout to him. He stepped in for Stephon Tuitt all of last year and had a quiet 8-season sack season.
Yeah.
So the props to Wormley, and I think, with another year under his belt, I think he could very well step in. I don't know full-time-ish, but he would step in pretty nicely like he did last year. But Tyson Alualu is coming in probably his last year of his career, and he's had season-ending injuries the last couple seasons, so that is still a concern. Montrevius Adams came in late into the season and then did very well. Loudermilk's still young, though, and DeMarvin Leal, I don't know how quick they're going to throw him into a rotational role yet. I don't know if they're just primarily playing with special teams for the time being or if they're actually going to shove him into a rotational role so soon. I don't know. But I think due to some youth and also a little uncertainty with the defensive line, I think it would do favors for the core if they were signed a veteran guy. And we have a few names we're going to list here, man. Obviously, at the top list is veteran. Eddie Goldman is a very good piece.
I'm actually surprised Eddie Goldman's still a free agent.
So am I.
Like, Eddie Goldman, he's definitely stuck out a lot with the Chicago Bears on that defensive line. The fact that he's still a free agent is mind-boggling to me.
It really is to me as well. Now, I don't know if that's due to the market. I don't know if that's due to something we don't know about Goldman. Maybe there's an injury factor we don't know. But I think bringing in Eddie Goldman as a young piece with someone who has a lot of experience, I think that would do very well for the defensive line. Brandon Williams, we all know, he was with the Ravens for the longest time, and it seems like his time is coming to an end, although it would bring a veteran aspect to the defensive line. Ndamukong Suh would be nice.
He would be nice. Although, when it comes to this list, I think he'd be the most unrealistic.
Yes.
If you ask me. I think the most recent I've heard about him is that he could go to, the Raiders, I think I heard him.
Right.
Potentially linked to, I don't know.
Right.
But he is 35. He's still a capable starting guy.
Yes, he is.
With his age, though, he may have to be a rotational piece, but I don't know if Suh would want that.
No.
I really don't, considering the type of player that he still is at 35.
Right.
But Suh would be nice. I'm not going to deny it.
Right.
I just don't know if it's a possibility.
Yeah, I would agree. Although, it's nice. I agree with you. I think it's just a little unrealistic. Although, with Omar Khan now in office, maybe he's going to be a little bit more open compared to what Colbert was. Because this is a new, different front office for the Steelers. So maybe we ought to get, what we've seen the last 20 years out of our heads and start getting used to something a little more open. I don't know. I don't know if Khan's going to continue with the Colbert moves he's been doing the last couple of years. But we will see. I'm going to skip on Linval Joseph and Carl Nassib and go right to Carlos Dunlap, who for the longest time was the Cincinnati Bengal. Him and Geno Atkins were a great defensive line duo for so many years. He was ultimately traded to the Seahawks, where he was a big helping hand for what was a terrible pass rush.
Yeah.
And he's still a free agent. I think he could bring a great veteran aspect as well, but also he could be a starter for some time with this team, if need be.
Oh, without a doubt. Dunlap still has a lot left in the tank, even at his age. Very capable guy, a good rotational piece, if you ask me. Dunlap, I've always liked him a lot. I've always had a lot of respect for Carlos Dunlap.
Of course.
So him in the black and gold, I would not mind it one bit.
No. By the way, I'm sure most of these free agents would absolutely just be one-year rentals for now because Liao is going to be the long-term solution. That's why they drafted him in the third round.
Yeah.
Very similar to the Bud Dupree, Alex Highsmith situation, only I think the Steelers knew Tuitt was going to retire. That's why they selected Liao in the third round, and very similar to Tuitt, that he's going to sit for a year or two and then be fledged into the starting defensive end role opposite of Cam Hayward.
Exactly.
So all these free agents will just be one-year rentals and fill-ins to continue Liao's progression and to bring veteran aspect, depth, and dependability to the core as well. and pretty much split reps with Wormley and Loudermilk and Adams and Alualu and guys like that.
Yep.
But the one name I truly do like on this list that I do hope the Steelers go after, and hopefully everything pans out, because I know this guy has had surgery, and I think he failed a physical due to the surgery back in free agency. Larry Ogunjobi. He was a Cleveland Brown, then he was a Cincinnati Bengal last year, and
he was a very productive player on that
productive.
Bengals defensive line. He was one of the key pieces to that defense that helped him make it all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because the Bengals defense, they had some core guys that they drafted. Logan Wilson and Jesse Bates, guys like that, but they pretty much built it mostly around free agent signings, and Ogunjobi was one of those free agent signings, and that D-line last year was very good, and that was due to guys like Ogunjobi.
Yeah.
And he's 27 years old, so he's still very young. He's got a lot of experience. I would love a guy like Ogunjobi in the black and gold to fill in.
I just don't know the uncertainty of how he's doing right now when it comes to his health and his injury. Again, still uncertain, but depending on how he is and if Steelers bring him in and if he passes the physical, I think it would be a great addition to the defensive line. Ogunjobi's a hell of a player, an underrated player.
And arguably the best player on this entire list, if you look at every aspect, from youth and experience and just the type of player and potential he has, and still possesses on the field. Those are some of the guys we're going to list here in terms of remaining free agents for the defensive line core if the Steelers do indeed sign a veteran guy, which, again, I hope they do. I think it would go a completely long way. But at the same time, I think they're still comfortable with their current core, even with Tuitt officially out.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to be optimistic that they sign a veteran guy. And maybe it's just as a camp body. I don't know. But I think they will sign someone, hopefully, fingers crossed. But I don't know. We shall see. But let us know your guys' thoughts down below. If there's any other names we may have missed in this list or in this video, definitely put it down below. I'd love to hear any of your guys' options and thoughts.
Of course.
Otherwise, we shall see you guys in the next one.
And like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!